Good afternoon, everyone. It is so lovely to see you all. Welcome to the fourth annual Ursuleen A. Scott Memorial Scholarship Musicale. When my grandmother passed, we weren't content that her legacy just be us. Although, quite frankly, 12 children and many other grandchildren and now great grandchildren is quite a legacy. But we know that her labor in music and in the community of Newark should not be forgotten. And to do that, we established a scholarship um, in her honor, in her memory, and it's a testament to her interest and labor in music. What you'll see today are a bunch of performers ranging in skill from beginning to advanced. The students that you'll see are scholarship recipients at the Newark School of the Arts. And this is a celebration of music, but it is also a celebration of the act of learning. She believed passionately that you should study your craft, move from being a dilettante to being a skilled and advanced practitioner. So in addition to the students from the Newark School of the Arts, we also have family friends, including the group Spectrum, headed by New Jersey native Robert Cushney, Amaris Franklin, a family friend from Richmond, Virginia, Irwin Hall, a Newark, New Jersey native himself, and Notori Naughton, whom you may know as Tasha from Power and Ghost, also a New Jersey native from East Orange. For those of you who are watching on Zoom, for the best viewing experience, please click on the top right of your screen, click View, and then click Full Screen. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, please remember to like, comment, subscribe for the Newark School of the Arts YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoy the performances. And if you feel so moved, please donate to the Ursuleen A. Scott Memorial Scholarship Fund. The link will be in the chat. The link is certainly available at Newark School of the Arts' YouTube channel. Thanks so much, everyone. Enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Carmen Santos Robeson, and I'm proud to serve as the Assistant Director at the Newark School of the Arts. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, staff, faculty, and our students, I am honored to welcome you to the fourth Ursuleen A. Scott Scholarship Musicale. Newark School of the Arts is the cornerstone of arts education in Newark. Founded in 1968 by two Newark school teachers, Saunders Davis and Stella Lass, the school provides high-quality, sequential, and affordable training in music, dance, drama, and visual arts to anyone, regardless of talent, age, or financial position. The school serves over 600 students a week and offers financial aid and scholarships to students who qualify, which is the reason we are here celebrating today. The late Mrs. Ursuleen A. Scott was born and raised in Newark, where she nurtured and raised 12 children of her own. A passionate music lover, Mrs. Scott played 7 musical instruments. She demonstrates what NSA students look like today. We are happy that our Board of Trustees member, Lori A. Scott Pickens, Mrs. Scott's daughter, has with her brothers and sisters, along with the grandchildren and great-grandchildren, chosen to honor Mrs. Scott each year with this annual event. Our event features student performances by the Ursuleen A. Scott Scholarship recipients at various stages of their musical development. And this year, we are also featuring other area artists, including NSA alumni, Notori Naughton, who currently stars as Tasha in Showtime's Power, Irving Hall, and the Spectrum Orchestra. We support and wish the family of the late Ursuleen A. Scott much success with their efforts to increase opportunities for scholarships at the Newark School of the Arts. All the proceeds from this event will provide scholarships for students from Newark who wish to learn to play piano, violin, cello, and voice. We hope that you enjoyed today's performances and that you are inspired to continue growing the musical legacy that Mrs. Scott and her incredible family has built. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Good afternoon. Today I'd like to share with you a little bit about the life and legacy of Ursuleen A. Scott. Because she was notoriously camera shy, this picture represents her spirit. The late Ursuleen A. Scott was the youngest of 4 children born to the late Ursula and John O'Loughlin on August 21st, 1930 in Newark, New Jersey. She lived her entire life in the city of Newark until her death in June of 2012. Ursuleen, known to her friends and family as Ursie, grew up in the North Ward of the city, where she attended several elementary schools and graduated from Barringer High School. She also attended Rutgers University. She met and married James Onquoy Scott Sr. and raised 12 children. At the time of her passing, she was also the grandmother of 19 grandchildren, 12 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. Being responsible as well as creative was important to her throughout her life. Education, music, the performing arts, and sports would play a major role in the way that she raised her children, a way to teach them to be responsible as well as creative. She encouraged them to also be active and engaged. In fact, all of her children have been exposed to music. Some have played instruments, some have danced, and others were involved in sports of some kind. She would often tell them, quote, "If you can play an instrument, you will always be able to be gainfully employed," end quote. And she would continue to impart that same wisdom to her grandchildren. But it was music that would play the most dominant role in her life. Ursuleen played several instruments: the violin, viola, cello, French horn, the piano, and the organ. Playing classical piano was her passion, and at a young age she was considered a virtuoso. In order to make ends meet, she would travel around town providing piano and voice lessons to children and adults alike. She even played the organ for a number of funeral homes around the city. Ursuleen appreciated all genres of music: classical, jazz, soul, R&B, pop, rock, and even a little hip hop. It has been said that she actually really liked Tupac Shakur. The collection of albums around the house was extraordinary. She was an avid member of the Columbia House Music Club. Her husband, James, also a musician, played the clarinet and saxophone in many of the local jazz clubs in the city of Newark in the late 1940s and 50s. Their apartment would sometimes serve as a place for rest and a meal for struggling artists. Toward the end of her life, music and those varied genres would become quite soothing for her, as she would sit, endlessly listening and move to the beat of any artist's music, provided she liked their singing. Among the many phrases Ursuleen will be remembered for, this one is chief among them. Quote, "Music soothes the savage beast in everyone," end quote. It is one that many of us agree is true. At least when people are singing, dancing, or watching a performance, they are enjoying themselves. It is something we hope is happening with you as we speak. Thank you so much for sharing in my grandmother's legacy. We appreciate your donations and your support of the Ursuleen A. Scott Memorial Scholarship at Newark School of the Arts. We hope that you enjoy all of the performances today. Thank you.
Sure. I'm I'm a retired nurse, parent, grandparent, great grandmother who plays currently the violin intermittently from age 10, a little bit of the piano from 6, and the bell lyra. I like all kinds of music. I try to play a lot of people that are from Newark. Frankie Valli, Sarah Vaughan, Wayne Shorter. I'm currently a student at NSSA, but not currently because of COVID. My mother played 7 instruments, 4 of which I can recall: the piano, the cello, the French horn, And I think the voice is considered to be an instrument. I don't know at what age she began to start her music lessons. She was able to play by reading music, not just by ear. Had a very good ear for picking up lack of harmony, tempo, sharps and flats, and playing with feeling. I don't know which was the favorite, but I would say the piano was the one that she did best because that's the one that we listened to her play the most. I never saw her play the cello, but the piano she would practice endlessly with the do not disturb during her practice time. She taught people in the projects. She taught adults. She taught some family members. But I would say insofar as the city goes, she taught people outside of the project. She taught people that were blind. She taught Roy Hamilton voice. A guy by the name of, I think his name was Robert Young. And if it's not Robert, it was Mr. Young. And they all did voice, not instruments. Currently I think there's 7 of us living, and of the 12, from the oldest down to probably number 8, at least 6 of us played instruments. Nobody did voice. I think it got started as a result of having some type of memorial in place to enable some kids from Newark to have a means of acquiring the instrumental or vocal experience. Many kids cannot afford music lessons, especially in the private mode. So this would enable them to have that as a vehicle to have that opportunity, considering that you don't have a lot of that in the schools. It becomes a living memory. It also was an acknowledgement for somebody who was from Newark to keep music going. We don't have enough in the curriculum for the kids. So for those children or teenagers that cannot get that in class, Newark School of the Arts is a place that they can come, I think 7 days a week, and have that experience on all levels. There will be some performance. In the past, it has been some students from the school, a celloist, a violinist. The celloist one year did some poetry. And there were some other students that played other instruments, like the guitar, the classical guitar, which a lot of people are not familiar with. So it kind of gives another presentation of what happens from September to June. The big thing that we missed last year is that every single school in this country that has a music program generally does a recital, a concert, to let the parents and community know this is what the students have accomplished. And it's a very big deal. First and foremost, there needs to be a mode of continuing to promote the event. Secondly, incorporating as many people in and out of family to participate, especially if it can include more people that are from Newark, even if they're not living in Newark. And the realization of why we need arts, why we need the fine arts. People don't see the fine arts as being important. As much as parents demand certain things with the curriculum, they should make sure that they demand that we have fine arts on every front because it is needed. Fine arts to me, when I was a kid, it was the difference between having the end of my day becoming good. So if I had a bad morning and then we had a music or an art class, that could be the thing that could give me some joy. I think if that was back in the school systems, there would be a different behavior for the kids.
Them that's God shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible said, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Yes, the strong get more, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever really make the grade. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Money, you've got lots of friends crowding around your door. When you're gone and spending ends, they don't come no more. Rich relations give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Money, you've got lots of friends crowding around your door. When you're gone and spending ends, they don't come no more. Rich relations give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much.
Superman gentil pastor. O dolores voi poteri utile trovare, ma se pensi che sono lento, io ti devo amar. Oh, sorello, sei so gentle, foggi amate, io ti ingannar. Oh, sorello, sei so gentle, foggi amate, io ti ingannar. Foggi amate, io ti ingannar. Bella rosa poporina, oggi se mi scioglierà. Con la scusa della spina, dopo poi lo spezzerò. Dopo poi lo spezzerò. Ma degli uomini il consiglio, il per me non seguirò. Non perché mi piace dirglielo, piace i fiori sprezzerò. Spiritu mobis, Spiritus, o Spiritus, ol per men gentil pastor. O dolores voi materi, utile rodat amar, ma se pensi che soletto, io ti devo amar. Oh, sorello, sei so gentle, foggi amate, io ti ingannar. Oh, sorello, sei so gentle, foggi amate, io ti ingannar. Foggi amate, io ti ingannar.
Hello, my name is Erwin Hall, saxophonist, composer, traveler, and educator. I've had the great fortune to travel the world doing what I love, making music. Being able to understand and participate in music creation is a fundamentally important life skill. It is a universal language that anyone in the world can understand. It's the master key that opens so many doors, both externally and internally. Understanding music gives us access to understanding the fundamental aspects of the universe and how to connect to one another. It is the ultimate community builder, and I credit my music educational background with my scholastic achievement throughout my high school and college career. Through the life lessons, courage, and community that I built through my journey to understand the inner workings of music, I learned I could achieve anything I set my mind to. I graduated from Princeton University, learned Japanese, lived in Asia for 4 years, traveled across 6 continents, met with royalty, developed a global network of friends, became a martial arts instructor, and so much more. Every student should have access to music as a core part of their educational experience. This wonderful scholarship initiative is a step in that direction. I would encourage everyone in earshot to please put forth your support of the Ursuleen A. Scott Memorial Scholarship Fund. Thanks.
Hey to everyone at the Newark Community School of the Arts. It's Naturi Naughton, and AKA Tasha St. Patrick. You might know me from the show Power, but I am excited to say that I am an alumni of the Newark Community School of the Arts. It changed my life. It taught me so much, not just about music, but about working together, about community, about uplifting people through the arts. And I'm so grateful to have my career. And I just want to encourage all of you out there, because it is hard work to be an artist. It's going to take some moments of rejection. It's going to take some moments of triumph. And you're just going to have to pick yourself back up. When the bad times come, there'll be good times, trust me. So just keep working hard. Study, study, study. Knowing your craft is so important. So if you say you want to do this, really do it and do it well. One of the songs that inspired me when I was young was a Whitney Houston song. She was one of my favorite artists. And, she inspired me so much to be a singer and go to the Newark Community School of the Arts and, Jersey Girl represent, was a song called One Moment in Time. So I'll sing a little snippet of that. And I hope you guys enjoy and remember that this is your moment in time. No matter what's happening in the world, you can still do all that you dream to do. Okay. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be. When all of my dreams are a heartbeat away and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then in that one moment of time, I will feel eternity. Love you, Newark Community School of the Arts. Continue to do well, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We hope that you've been enjoying all of the performances from both the students and our special guests. These performances are brought to you by the Newark School of the Arts. And if you'd like to support us in these endeavors, please go to newarkschoolofthearts.org. You can feel free to peruse the site, but if you'd like to donate, click Donate to the right of your screen. It will take you to this page. And as it says, donating today is easy. Just a tip that once you click Donate, you'll be taken to a screen where you can enter your payment information and tell us where you want your donation to be used. For this scholarship fund, please be sure to select the Ursuleen A. Scott Scholarship for piano, violin, cello, French horn, and vocal. We're so excited to bring you all of these wonderful performances, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thanks so much for donating. We appreciate your support. Have a great and wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye.
Okay, wow, this was fantastic. I hope everyone enjoyed all the performances from the beginners to the more advanced, to our special guests. It's such a tribute to my grandmother's legacy. I hope that you were moved enough to tell a friend and donate to the Ursuleen A. Scott Memorial Scholarship Fund. As you saw, there are directions for it. I'll just reiterate those. Go to newarkschoolofthearts.org, click on donate, and then specify that you want to donate to us. So we're excited for all that's going to come, and We thank you so much for being here. Have a great and wonderful Sunday, and we'll see you all next year. Bye, everybody.